Who the hell let this thief into my courthouse? Officer Brian Red barked, kicking at the woman as if she were invisible. The woman stood firm, mid-40s, well-dressed, dark-skinned, holding a black briefcase. She didn't flinch. She simply stared, calm, composed. "Get out of my way, ape." Red shoved her hard. She staggered but didn't fall. The corridor went silent. Even the echo of his slur seemed ashamed. "This isn't Harlem, princess. You got no business here." "I'm waiting for the hearing to finish," she said softly. Her calm only fueled his rage. "You talking back? You a ghetto rat." His boot struck her knee. She dropped the briefcase and hit the ground hard, but she made no sound. Only the sharp thud echoed. Red yanked her up by the arm. "Don't come back here again. You hear me?" She locked eyes with him, quietly picked up her briefcase, smoothed her jacket, walked away. Red scoffed and spit on the floor. This country's gone soft. Inside courtroom 4B, Red testified against a 19-year-old black teen charged with resisting arrest. The kid had run when police rolled up on him and his friends. No weapon had ever been found. The suspect behaved suspiciously, Red said. He reached for his waistband and ran. "That's all I needed to see." "Was he armed?" the prosecutor asked. "We couldn't recover it. But police instinct doesn't lie." The defense attorney raised the video. It showed the teen running. No weapon, no resistance. Video's miscontext. Red smirked. He smelled of weed. "You know how they are." Gasps murmured through the courtroom. The judge narrowed her eyes. "Stick to the facts, Officer Red." From the back row, the same woman observed silently. She scribbled notes. No one asked who she was. That night, in her spotless apartment, she opened a sealed file on her laptop. Officer Brian Red. Precinct 37.2 complaints of excessive force. 1 archived. 1 missing. For racism reports, all dismissed. An unarmed civilian killed in 2022. Case inconclusive. A glowing union memo requesting a promotion. She printed copies. Red marks across pages. Highlighted paragraphs. A sticky note. Audit begins. Monday, 8 a.m. At that exact moment, Red was at a bar, bragging to fellow officers. "You should have seen that black kid's face. Thought crying would save him." "And the woman?" someone asked. He laughed. "Probably a social worker. I kicked her out like a stray mutt." Careful, man. These days, you breathe wrong and they scream racism. Nah, city needs less feelings and more fists. They clinked glasses, unaware a storm had already begun. Monday, 7:52 a.m. Red swaggered down the precinct hall. Polished boots, sunglasses, arrogance on full display. Then he saw her again. Same black suit, same briefcase, same unmoved face. "You again," he barked. "What are you doing here?" She didn't answer. He stepped closer. "No one around. Come back for more? Because next time I won't miss your face." "I'm not here to argue, officer." "Oh no." His voice dropped to a snarl. "Listen here, you black bitch. This isn't your street corner. This is my house. You don't belong here." She calmly stepped aside and opened the door to the boardroom. Red blinked. "What the hell?" An admin passing by whispered. "She's from headquarters. Internal audit. She's in charge." His stomach turned. Still, he followed her in. Inside, over 20 officers sat waiting. Phones in hand. Coffee cups steaming. The woman stood silently at the front, her presence freezing the room. Nobody knew her name, but they all felt something shift. Meanwhile, upstairs in the break room. "Who's the black chick in the suit?" Sergeant Mayer muttered. "Looks like internal affairs." "Damn vultures," someone said. "She's probably here to clean house." "Another hero from D.C. She'll dig up garbage and call it gold. Just you watch." They laughed. Then the door opened. Another officer stepped in, out of breath. "Hey, did you guys hear? She's not just auditing Red." "What?" "She's got files on everyone, even the captain." Suddenly, no one was laughing. Back in the boardroom, she finally spoke. "Gentlemen," her voice cut clean through the air, "what begins today is not an investigation. It's a reckoning." Red's jaw clenched. He tried to speak, but her eyes locked on his, and for the first time, he looked away. She reached in her briefcase and that's when the doors closed. The boardroom went silent as the woman placed a thick folder on the table. "Good morning," she began. "My name isn't important yet. I'm here under direct orders from the State Justice Department. Starting today, I will audit all closed cases from this precinct over the past 3 years." A ripple of unease swept through the room. Officer Red's jaw tightened. "I won't just be reviewing paperwork," she continued. "I'll be identifying patterns, excessive force, racial bias, intimidation tactics, and yes, cover-ups." Her voice remained calm, but her presence commanded every corner of the room. "I'll be interviewing each of you personally. I'll start today with Officer Red." The air thickened. Red forced a smirk. "Whenever you're ready, Princess." She met his stare. "Office 2. As they walked, Red leaned in, his voice venomous. "You mess with me, you'll regret it. You don't know who I am." She said nothing. The office door shut behind them. On the desk, his full disciplinary file. Thick, marked damning. He scanned the title. "Review for Inappropriate Conduct. Officer Brian Red. Internal Audit 2025. His face hardened. "So what now?" he said. "You gonna read me my sins?" She didn't answer. She circled him once, silent and measured, then finally said, "No, I'm just gathering evidence for what's coming." Red laughed bitterly. "You still don't know who you're dealing with." She opened the door. "Boardroom. Everyone. Now." Within minutes, the boardroom filled again. Some officers curious, others uneasy. Red stood in the back, arms folded, trying to act unbothered. The woman stood at the front. Her voice rang sharp. "My name is Commander Amara Jenkins. As of this morning, by the authority of the State Department of Justice, I am the new commanding officer of Precinct 37. The room froze. Chairs creaked. Someone dropped a pen. Jenkins remained poised. "Some of you met me last week. Out of uniform. Some of you saw a black woman and assumed she didn't belong. One of you," she looked at Red, "put his hands on me, kicked me, spat on me." Red pushed forward. "This is a joke." "It's not," she said flatly. "Every complaint, every buried file, every lost body cam recording. We'll reopen them all." She clicked a remote. The projector displayed a file. Red's sealed record. "This is just one example. We all know who it belongs to." All eyes turned to Red. "Your biggest mistake," she said, voice quiet now, "wasn't the violence. It was thinking you'd never have to answer to someone like me." He had no words. Around him, the room had shifted. The silence wasn't in his favor anymore. "Let this be clear," Jenkins said. "This is not revenge. It's long overdue accountability." She picked up her briefcase and walked out. Red didn't follow. 3 weeks later, Central Justice Building. Commander Jenkins stood behind a podium. "Precinct 37, she announced, has undergone a historic investigation. Today, we file formal charges against Officer Brian Red. Abuse of power, assault, obstruction of justice, and racial discrimination spanning over 7 years." Behind her, screens cycled through damning footage. A teenage boy slammed against a wall, an elderly man shoved down subway stairs, a pregnant woman bruised during a no-warrant raid. All black, all previously ignored. The press room exploded with flashbulbs. Jenkins's face remained composed. "The silence is over." Rikers Island, cell 232. Red sat alone, his once polished boots gone, his hands bruised. A letter lay unopened on his cot from the police union. They dropped him. He was now just another inmate. "Yo, Red," someone called from the next cell. "How many brothers you threw in here for nothing?" "Guess it's your turn now, white boy." Red said nothing. 2 weeks later, Allenwood Federal Prison. 8:10 a.m. A guard knocked. No answer. Inside cell 14, Brian Red hung from the vent, his prison-issued belt wrapped tightly around his neck. A crumpled note on the table read, "They took everything. This is her fault. That black bitch ruined me." The coroner ruled it's suicide. Back at Precinct 37, a new plaque was mounted in the lobby. No speeches, no ceremony, just 5 simple words engraved in steel. Justice speaks, even when silenced. Commander A. Jenkins.